What if your life was never truly yours? Not in some over-the-top, conspiratorial way, but in the subtle, systematic design that shapes you without your consent. From the moment you are born, you're handed a script. Be a good child. Perform well in school. Get a degree. Secure a job. Climb the ladder. Accumulate titles. Accumulate things. All of it reinforced by media, marketing, tradition, and culture. But the ladder goes nowhere. The walls it leans on are built from illusions. The world constantly tells you what to want, how to act, who to become. Your feed is curated to feed your envy. Your habits are shaped by invisible systems. Your identity becomes a patchwork of reactions, not conscious choices. This is not exaggeration. It is hyperreality, a concept defined by philosopher Jean Baudrillard. We no longer interact with truth itself. We interact with simulations. Filtered images replace genuine connection. Brands replace identity. News feeds replace knowledge with carefully selected outrage. And all of it keeps you distracted just enough to never ask the deeper questions. The more you pursue what you were told to pursue, the emptier you feel. You work harder, scroll more, accumulate faster, but something always stays missing. The moment it breaks, then it happens. A rupture. Sometimes it looks like a crisis. A breakup. A panic attack. A quiet moment of despair. And suddenly, you see through it all. Everything you built starts to feel fake. You question your job, your beliefs, your relationships, your goals. You realize you are living in a cage made of mirrors. You are exhausted not from life, but from the performance. This is the beginning of a spiritual awakening. Not the cozy kind sold with soft music and candles. The real kind. The violent kind. It tears through you. It burns your identity to the ground. And what rises in its place is not comfort. It is truth. Unfiltered. Uncompromising. Unmistakable. Isolation and collapse. As you begin to wake up, something else happens. The world around you no longer fits. Friends start to drift. Small talk becomes unbearable. Your daily routines feel robotic. You feel like a ghost in your own life. You are not depressed. You are shedding layers. You are no longer sedated. You are finally seeing clearly. This phase is often called the dark night of the soul. It is not poetic. It is survival. Your ego begins to dissolve. That voice that told you to fit in, to win, to compete, begins to die. But as the ego crumbles, so does the world it built. Careers lose meaning. Money feels absurd. Time feels irrelevant. Every system, every norm, every man-made rule begins to look like theater. You are left in the void, with no map and no guidance. This is not failure. It is transformation, seeing through the illusion. Now you begin to see what was always there. The world runs on distraction. People are addicted to performance. Most communication is surface. Most goals are inherited. Most choices are reactions. You see the machinery clearly. Fear is used to control. Comparison is used to divide. Comfort is used to sedate. But once you see, you cannot unsee. And this is the paradox. Everything around you feels fake, but your own awareness feels unmistakably real. You are not broken. You are becoming awake. How to live awake. So how do you exist in a world that feels artificial? You stop reacting and start responding. You stop chasing and start choosing. You begin living deliberately. You do not escape the world. You learn to move through it with clarity. Here are 3 essential practices for conscious living. 1. Mindfulness as precision. Mindfulness is not a wellness trend. It is the discipline of paying full attention to the present moment. It can be breathing with full focus. It can be walking without distraction. It can be tasting your food with complete presence. This practice clears the fog. It silences the noise long enough for truth to surface. It helps you cut through illusion and remember who you are beneath the layers. 2. Relationships that reflect truth. Superficial interactions will drain you. You crave honesty, not politeness. You want people who are real, not polished. Seek relationships that feel like mirrors, not masks. One conversation with someone who truly sees you is worth more than 1,000 empty connections. 3. Integration over escape. You do not need to flee to a mountaintop. You need to bring your truth into everything you do. Let your choices reflect what you know deep down. Let your work, your relationships, your values, your consumption all speak the same language. Use tools like journaling, digital detoxes, solitude, and self-inquiry. These are not luxury habits. They are survival tools for the conscious mind. You do not leave the world behind. You simply stop letting it tell you who you are. Playing the game without being played. The world is not going to change overnight. It will still sell you status, distraction, approval, and belonging. But you are no longer a passive participant. Every time you choose presence over performance, you weaken the illusion. Every time you speak truth instead of hiding, you reclaim power. Every conscious decision is an act of rebellion. You do not have to reject society. You just have to stop letting it define your identity. Play the game, but on your terms. Move through life without becoming what it demands you to be. You are not here to conform. You are here to awaken. You choose what happens next. There are only 2 paths. You can return to the dream, reattach to comfort, let the noise fill your head again, pretend none of this happened, or you can stay awake, walk forward with your eyes open, speak truth even when it costs you, choose stillness even when it makes you feel alone. Keep aligning your actions with your awareness. You will not be rewarded. You will not be applauded, but you will be free. This is the revolution, not escaping the system, but refusing to be owned by it, not burning everything down, but reclaiming your place inside it. You do not need approval. You do not need applause. You only need presence, clarity, and the courage to live by your own